Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Major Mohammed Ali Shah, and I have a very special and a very interesting guest with us who will be sharing about her journey, her brilliant, a very inspiring journey. A girl who aspired to become an actor, who aspired to be on stage behind the camera, and about her journey, about the dreams she grew up with, and what led and how she came to Mumbai. I mean, she is somebody who I feel every actor, when I say actor, I do not mean the actresses, or every actor should actually see the path she's followed and learn from it. She's carved a niche for herself. She's carved a very respectable name for herself. She half the time I don't know where she is. She's abroad. I think she's in US or wherever. So, and one of my favorite actresses who has acted in several movies, and she has got several international heavyweight awards. But she's terrific on stage. Let me tell you who I very fondly refer to as Pur the Titli. So, and we will come to that. We will tell you why I refer to her as Purpur the Titli. So, let me tell you in Mumbai, and I'll quickly finish off by saying I don't want to go on talking. In Mumbai at Preeti Theatre. So, my wife, my son, and I, we were there, and we saw my son was very small. He saw a very attractive poster, and the poster read a play Pur the Titli. So, how about I want to go for that? Okay, we'll take you there. And there it was Preeti Gupta who was the person behind the show. And what a terrific show! It was the first children's play that she had written, I believe. And let's go on in conversation with Preeti Gupta. Preeti, Jai Hind, and thank you very much for taking your time, Preeti.
Jai Hind, I'm properly embarrassed. I don't know if you know this about me or not. I am so uncomfortable with compliments. मेरे को तो लग रहा है मैं भाग ही जाऊँ. But thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
But thank you so much for for taking your time and agreeing to come on this
Of
conversation with
course.
me.
Of
I've been
course, you're
wanting.
such a pleasure to talk to. I admire all the work that you do. And yeah, people like me need friends like you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. So tell me about your journey. Tell me about your formative years in school. And were you also ever, did you ever go to school? या आप पैदा ही हुई थी इतनी अच्छी actress हो गए at this stage? Or were you also at one time ever in school?
Trained? Uh, मतलब
नहीं नहीं, आप
normal
समझे
school
नहीं,
में नहीं थी
आप
मैं.
समझे नहीं, आप समझे नहीं, आप समझे नहीं.
Acting school, you mean?
नहीं नहीं,
So
आप बताइए,
actually,
जब
मैं
चलिए ना.
स्कूल की कहानी बताती हूँ. When I was 6 years old, जब मैं 6 साल की थी, तो बच्चों से ऐसे लिखवाते हैं कि बड़े होके क्या बनोगे. उसका बड़ा एक स्टैंडर्ड रिप्लाई होता है जो सब बच्चे लिखते हैं. हम इंजीनियर बनेंगे, लड़कियां लिखती हैं हम डॉक्टर बनेंगे. दिस sort of a reply is always done. So Preeti Gupta was a big fan of Sridevi. Chandni had just released, and I thought Sridevi was the most beautiful angel in the whole world. So I was 5.5 years old, and I wrote in my essay, I want to grow up and be Sridevi. And my teacher, my class teacher, called my mother and said, "आपकी लड़की बहुत फिल्में देखती है." So, so I think, I mean, now it's a fun story, but I think I always wanted to act. Even as a child, I feel maybe your soul knows your path or something. So although there's nobody in my family who's an actor. My dad is a scientist, my mother's a bureaucrat. So हमारे घर में तो, nobody's an actor. But I always wanted to do it since I was a child. And
Wow.
to answer your second question, yeah, I have trained for many years in New York in the Lee Strasberg Theatre and Film Institute. में method acting पढ़ी है मैंने.
अरे वाह, वाह. भाई मेरा दोस्त अमित साहब भी वहां से पढ़ के आया था. When we were shooting together for Yara and with
Mhm.
Tigmanshu Dhulia, and Amit Saad was totally, to talk to us about what he learned at Lee Strasberg. And then uske baad, when I worked with him in Abroad, a web series, or in Ragdesh, he would always come with those Lee Strasberg method, and I was like, wow, there's so much to learn from that. ये बताइए, it must have been like quite a challenge. I mean, how did you get through? How did you apply? कैसे हुआ? How did you go about to Lee Strasberg? And where do you come to know कि भाई ऐसा एक acting school है where you can go and learn the craft from?
I think it sounds weird, but I think I really believe in God, and I feel like my life has always taken a path which it is meant to. तो सब चीजें ऐसी हो जाती है मेरी लाइफ में. It was not. I didn't know about the Lee Strasberg Institute. I I was doing a theater workshop, and there was another, and I knew that I wanted to study more. I had done some television, and I knew that I wanted to study more. And there was another girl in that workshop, Panchmi Ghavri, who's now casting for Karan Johar. So she and I were in that workshop together, and Panchmi was going to New York to study in the school. And she said, I'm going here, sounds really good. You should go here too. So literally, that's how I applied. And then when I looked it up, I was like, oh my God, this is where Al Pacino went, and this is where Marilyn Monroe went, and this is the birth of method acting, and everybody like Rachel Brosnahan, Lady Gaga, like so many people have gone there. तो मुझे कुछ पता नहीं था. वही एक ही एक्टिंग स्कूल में मैंने अप्लाई किया था और वो उसमें हो गया. पहुंच गई. And it was just really something that happened, but many things have happened. It was not a very well thought out research thing.
And how long was the course? And what you learned about Konstantin Stanislavski's ways of क्या क्या सीखा आपने वहाँ पे?
So, what we learned there is actually the Lee Strasberg method. Stanislavski was the father of method, but वो उसको the system बुलाते थे. He used to call it the system. तो method का नाम method actually Lee Strasberg की वजह से पड़ा. Now everybody credits Stanislavski. But like, I think, acting or any art is such a thing that you can learn from somebody and then it becomes your own. And then when you teach it in your own way. So Strasberg learned the Stanislavski system, but then he added a lot of things and he experimented. तो फिर उन्होंने अपना एक system बनाया जिसको बोलते हैं method. So we obviously learned about Stanislavski, but mainly the Lee Strasberg method.
Did they touch about Meisner's as well?
No. So Meisner was actually Strasberg's student, who then went ahead and formulated his own technique. So Meisner बिल्कुल एक अलग technique है.
Right. तो आप बचपन से थिएटर करते आए हैं स्कूल में. You took part in the debates, declamations, speeches, and such things. And were you were always a stage person right from your childhood?
Yes. So, but you want to know my first role ever?
हाँ. Very interesting. Yes.
तो स्कूल में वो होता है ना, राधा कृष्ण टाइप होता है ना. तो मेरा बड़ा मन था कि मुझे राधा बनना है. मुझे पेड़ बना दी. I was a tree. That was my first role ever.
Wow, that's so cool. That is so cool.
Hardly. I was so heartbroken. I thought that's the end of my acting career. Thankfully, it was not. But that was my first role.
Hey, how sweet is that? Yeah, how sweet is that? But the tougher role than Radha, in fact, I would say. You have to stand erect still in one place.
And no lines. And I just had to like move like
That reminded me of a play I did, Cane Mutiny Court Martial. It's a book by Herman Wouk. With Motley, I did that. And Nasir Saab had directed this. And I was a sentry who was standing right behind. And, I had to just call out names who were coming in for the testimony into the courtroom. बड़ा मुश्किल रोल था वो. 3.5 घंटे मेरे को बस खड़े रहना पड़ा. और जब डबल शो कर रहे थे तो और भी मुश्किल था. So it was very,
so you
very
understand nice. What I went through.
Yeah, I know. But best, I love your honesty. यहाँ पे वो राधा बता था and यहाँ पे पेड़ बना दिया. How sweet is that? How sweet is that? ये बताइए, didn't you think of joining the NSD, the National School of Drama?
No.
Never occurred to you? It
sort of actually I mean, I'd heard about it when I was studying. मैं कॉलेज में जब थी, मैं सेंट स्टीवेंस में थी, तो वहां पे एनएसडी के डायरेक्टर्स आके वो शेक्सपियर सोसाइटी करके होती थी, सो दे यूज्ड टू कम एंड डायरेक्ट आवर प्लेज एंड स्टफ. So I had heard about it, but at that point of time, I don't think my parents would have supported, like, at that thing at 17, 18, they would have supported that. Uh, I don't know. I think when something has to happen, it happens. So it never occurred to me that I should train properly. I went after 5, 6 years, after working a bit in Bombay. That's when I realized that I want to train and I want to learn.
Wow. All right. Yeah, St. Stephen is like undoubtedly the best college in the country, and जो आपकी net है St. Stephen's net के a lot of alumni, illustrious alumni, they support each other. That's what we've been told. ये बताइए आप स्कूलिंग कहाँ से करी आपने?
ये तो मैं बिल्कुल नहीं बताऊंगी.
हाँ? अच्छा?
I'll tell you. I went to this school in Delhi called Happy School. And it was जब मेरी रैगिंग हो रही थी कॉलेज में, तो अभी तक मुझे उसकी ट्रॉमेटिक मेमोरीज हैं, बिकॉज जो भी मेरी रैगिंग करता था कॉलेज में, they used to be like, so you were happy and lucky in your school. पर मेरे स्कूल का वाकई में नाम था हैप्पी स्कूल. I went to a school called Happy School in Delhi.
So for the viewers who are watching, जो हैप्पी स्कूल के alumni हैं या टीचर्स हैं या पेरेंट्स हैं, when she said वो सब बिल्कुल ही मैं बताऊंगी इसलिए नहीं, because she's very proud of the school and I was well aware of the school that she went and she is genuinely very proud. वो तो इसलिए she tried to conceal it right now because she didn't want to say that she was ragged and yet she was happy at that time. तो अब आप ये बताइए your journey into Mumbai. Let's hear the story of you landing into the city of dreams and how did you come and कैसे रहा आपका सफर बम्बई में?
Again, I have to just say that, like, destiny, I think, does things. I mean, I work very hard, but it's also sometimes life has a plan. So I was in college, and Channel V, comes and they audition people on your campus and everything. So they were auditioning for something and I got selected and they called me to Bombay. And उस टाइम पे गर्मियों की छुट्टियां थी, so I just came for that audition. और मैं actually 2 महीने की छुट्टी के लिए आई थी. And उसके पहले 1 year before that I had done a summer internship with Manish Malhotra. So and I was he's very fond of me and I worked very well with him. तो ऐसा कुछ हुआ कि वो चैनल वी के ऑडिशन के लिए मैं आई थी, बिल्कुल छुट्टियों में आई थी. Then I went to meet Manish and say hello, and then he called up a photographer and said, I'm sending her to you, just click her portfolio. Subi Samuel karke, there used to be a photographer. I don't know if he's still shooting pictures. And then the next thing I know, I have a folio, I'm walking down for Manish, then I'm auditioning for ads. So it just sort of happened like that. और you're so naive. तो मुझे लगता था कि जैसे वो पुरानी हिंदी फिल्मों में होता है ना, आपको एक ऐड मिल जाता है और फिर इतने, क्योंकि सब फिल्मों में हम देखते हैं कि एक ऐड किसी को मिल जाता है and then the next shot they have a huge 3-bedroom apartment in Bandra and a chauffeur and everything. So then I learned that real life is not like this. You have to sort of stay and keep auditioning and like work hard at it and show up and it's like it takes work. So that's how it sort of happened. I started with modeling and then I got into TV shows. So I did a lot of TV shows. And then I went to New York and I studied and then I got into films and making theatre.
Right. So TV shows में कैसे घुसे हैं आप? Like, you got to know from a friend that there's some auditions happening somewhere. और कैसे हुआ ये? I mean, how did you get a breakthrough into television? In fact, जहाँ तक आप पहुंची हैं, वहाँ तक पहुंचना, it's not easy at all. I mean, you are truly an inspiration. So would like to know the journey. वो कैसे हुआ आपका दाखला into television?
यार मुझे तो बिल्कुल ऐसा नहीं लगता. मुझे तो लगता है so many things to achieve, hardly hardly anything. One has just scratched the surface. There's so much, road to travel. But thank you so much. I think it's a
Anyway,
good
she's a very,
thing
very modest,
to hear this.
a very humble person. So yes, so you can get what she's a generally a very in real life also she's a very, very modest, a very humble person who downplays all her achievements in life. Anyhow, yeah, Preeti, tell her.
Thank you. Um, it it happened with actually I was just sharing with somebody today. I'll share this story. So you know how uh, I think actors मैं देखती हूँ कि बहुत ज्यादा ना सुपरफिशियल चीजों में caught up होते हैं. I see. I teach also, so I see a lot of my students also are very caught up in that. Because everybody has a lot of कि टीवी ऐसा काम है या स्टेज करो तो टीवी नहीं कर सकते, टीवी करो तो फिल्म नहीं मिलेगी. There are these kind of conceptions which go around. And I was very young and I used to have these thoughts. But I've learned through my life and I've learned through time that काम करना बहुत अच्छी चीज है. You should be working and work is worthy of respect. So whatever work is there, one needs to sort of respect it. But that's not how I was at 18. So I was modeling and I used to be somebody who used to say TV serials, excuse me, what's that? You know. But fame and fortune is so easy come and easy go. So there was this time when I was suddenly out of work. And if you're a young person who gets very used to like doing commercials and making a lot of money, it's a very difficult thing to sort of learn, but it's a very good experience. Everybody should face some difficulty to learn about life. So actually, उसके पहले मैंने कभी सोचा ही नहीं था कि I will do television or ever do a daily soap or something. I used to believe it's beneath me at that time. But when I didn't have any work and when I didn't have, any money, it was a very interesting time for me and it was very humbling. So then somebody said, why don't you consider doing television? And I was like, yeah, I should, you know. So then I think you take one step and God takes five. So I went for I went for an audition and I got that. So that's how it started, my television journey. And then I really learned what it means to sort of earn your money. So then the next 3-4 years, I have worked in like 2-3 shows. I was constantly working. I was doing a lot of stuff on television.
That is very, very nice. So then, when did the shift happen to US? And tell us about the acting school where you are teaching so many people and people they swear by your name. I know some students of your who learn from you and they say, "Oh, she is a fabulous teacher," because you come down to the grassroots, you connect with the people who are the participants who are learning from you, and you come down to their level and then you train them. So tell us a bit about your shift to US and about the acting academy that you're running.
Okay. मैं बहुत ज्यादा बोलूँ तो मुझे मत लेना. I think I start telling stories. I moved to US actually. मैं बॉम्बे में टेलीविजन कर रही थी काफी टाइम से, but I was never trained उसके पहले. So मेरे को अपने अंदर से ऐसा फील होने लगा. I started feeling very incomplete. Like I felt I'm getting a script, I sort of do something. People are appreciating what I do. I was doing Kahani Ghar Ghar Ki at this time, which was quite a popular TV show. But I was not feeling satisfied with the work that I was doing as an artist internally. So I wanted to learn and grow. And then I went for a workshop and I met Panchmi and I landed up in New York. And by that time, mashallah, there was enough money, so that I could afford a New York education, and I did that. Once I went to the institute, it was the most life-changing experience for me. To understand कि acting एक craft है, and it's a really highly evolved art form, and there is a technique You don't have to just wing it. There's a technique which you can learn, which masters have learned and created. Was I think the most profound experience of my life. So when I trained, it changed my life, and I feel I was born for networking. I mean, sometimes you just respond to some teachers and you respond to some techniques. So my teacher, who's 90 now, I just met him now. Um, I still train with him as much as possible because you never stop
What's the
learning.
name? What's the
Jeffrey
name?
Horn. Jeffrey
Okay,
Horn.
of course. Okay, all right, all right.
तो अगर आप वो देखें फिल्म ब्रिज ऑफ द रिवर क्वाई डेविड लीन की फिल्म है so he was an actor in that film now and he learned from Lee himself and I learned from him and I think meeting your teacher is one of the most amazing experiences. I think so. I feel everything that I know about acting or directing or teaching is because of Jeffrey. I mean, eternally thankful to him. So then I was just living in America. I was doing movies and I was doing stuff and teaching for many years. And then I actually came to India when COVID happened. So I didn't have like a plan to sort of return here. It happened accidentally, like everything else in my life. I had come for winter vacation and then the country got shut and then I was here. And
Which year did the shift to US happen? Which year?
So initially I went to study in 2011-12. It's a 2-year course. And then at the end of my course, I did this film called Unfreedom. तो जैसे ही मैं acting school खत्म कर रही थी मेरे को वो film मिल गई. So then I started doing that film.
So the time we saw Purpur the Titli was, I think it was the year 2016 if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So फिर उसके बाद then when Unfreedom released I was in India for some time.
Unfreedom was with Adil Hussain.
Unfreedom with Adil, yes. Yes, I played his daughter.
How was it working with Adil? I mean, he's a terrific actor. I've known him since long. Yeah.
It was fantastic. I think there are some people who you feel you're just connected with. So I think what can I say? He's like a father figure, a friend, a teacher, a philosopher, a guide. To see the kind of choices that he has made in his work and to see the niche that he has created is very inspiring to me. I mean, if I could achieve like 1/4 of what he has achieved in his career, I would be a very happy person.
Yeah. Adil is like, he's terrific. I've done workshops with him. I have worked with him, in fact. And he got me my first commercial film, in fact, Agent Vinod. He was the lead villain in that. I was a cop in that. So Adil killed me in that.
I didn't know.
Yeah, Adil is a great guy.
It was fantastic. Every moment, I think working with him is like a masterclass. और एक चीज मैंने जो सीखी that I learned is when you're working with an insecure actor, they will try to make the scene about them. But when you're working with like a master, like Adil, he will always make the scene about you.
Correct.
Which makes the scene better.
That is very true. That is very true. And I would say the same thing for you, in fact. You are a master. I would call you a master because you are generally one of my favorite actresses, and I have seen you on the वो बोलिए ना WhatsApp का emoji ऐसे वाला something like नया वो emoji वैसे. Okay. So 2016 में जब आपने वो प्ले किया था तब आप US गई थी, वहां से आई थी, you were transiting through, or what was it like at that time?
Yeah, it was. I did back and forth for some years. So it was one of those in-between phases when I was in India, and I was really full. That play was sort of born out of, I think all art is born out of your own experiences. So I have always felt very ordinary as a person. So like Furfur feels very ordinary always, and she wants to be a Black Panther. So it was like a personal thing that I wanted to share with the children. So it was sort of born out of that. But I want to quickly say, because you asked me this about my academy, क्योंकि
हाँ.
मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि इंडिया में एक्टिंग एजुकेशन लाइक न्यूयॉर्क is sort of saturated, but India has very little acting education. You know, like there is only one NSD and only a certain number of people get in there on, and there's only one FTI. So only about like what 40 people out of a population of so many get access to like some real technique and real like legit training. So because it changed my life so much, and really, it's my dream to bring an international quality acting education to India and to Indian students, because I feel there's so much talent in our country. And whether it's sports or it's acting, you know, we just lack the training. We just sort of lack that proper technique. So that's why I opened the academy.
That's very true. So ये academy आपकी कहाँ पे है? Is it in US? Is it in Mumbai में है? Do you do anything virtually as well? I'm sure a lot of our listeners would want to know of this. So I know, but still I am pretending that I don't know for the benefit of all the viewers who would be listening to us.
So the academy is, what do I say? It's a global entity. जहाँ मैं जाती हूँ वहाँ जाती है. But I definitely I do classes online. So if you want to train with me, I have students from in New York and in LA and all over India, because I do online classes. If I can plug in my Insta page, it's called the Method Acting Academy. If you follow that page, you will get all information. I have online courses, and I teach offline.
Just repeat that once more. How do they follow? What do they have to punch in to follow that page?
The Method Acting Academy.
The Method Acting Academy.
So there are online courses and there are offline courses in India and US. Depends on where I am. So I have both an online and offline course coming up. So if you visit my page, you'll get information.
Right. So how did you conceptualize about this academy? ये कैसे शुरू हुआ और कितने साल में? और एक शेर अर्ज करता हूं मैं आपके लिए. ये मजरू सुल्तानपुरी का शेर है. उन्होंने कहा था, इसको बस जेंडर को आप शिफ्ट कर देना. I will quote by exact what he had written down. He wrote written that मैं तो अकेले ही चला था जानिबे मंजिल, मैं तो अकेले ही चला था जानिबे मंजिल, मगर लोग साथ आते गए और कारवां बनता गया. So tell me, how did you start this and which year was it? And शुरुआत बताइए.
You're making me so emotional now. Thank you. It actually, I started it properly last year, but it was a bit of a Swades moment for me, honestly. Kyunki, you know, I was here, I had co-directed a TV series, जिसके लिए मैं actors को coach कर रही थी, actually, for Z5. And I had a great time co-directing that series, working with actors. तो उसके बाद मुझे लगा कि you know Indian actors के साथ I should work. And ऐसे ही I just started a class, and exactly like you said, you know, people keep coming and class after class kept happening. And I realized कि, you know, as Indians, we are so emotionally passionate. हमारे में जज्बा बहुत ज्यादा है. You know, discipline कम है, जज्बा बहुत है. So, and a lot of times, you know, students are just really lost. They don't really know. So when they would come to class and they would tell me कि कितना उनको अच्छा लग रहा है and कितना फायदा हो रहा है टेक्निक से. So it was so fulfilling for me as a teacher. Because I understand how it feels to really want to do something and not know how to be good at it. You know? So that's how it started, and it's growing, you know, one step at a time. But I feel, I really feel that India has so much talent. You know, they deserve all the wonderful teachers of the world.
But you know, आपने ये academy last year ही, it was like that. This part I was a bit surprised कि last year ही आपने start करी और already आप इतने आगे आ गई हैं. You've already come so far with this. I remember about 2 years back, I had recorded a small video and I sent you for one of your productions. And this was कौन सा कोई play था आपका
Yeah,
online play कर
I
रहे
never made that. Closer.
थे.
Oh,
Oh,
yes. Yeah, then I ultimately ended up working with American actors. I remember.
oh, right. तो आपने तो you are to do a play on an e-play, I would say, on Zoom. वो हुआ नहीं वो play क्या?
No, it happened. Actually, what happened? I actually won an award for it, for a nomination. I made the play. I'll send you the link. It was Closer. Actually, मुझे वो न्यूयॉर्क में कर रही थी मैं. Pandemic से पहले I was doing it in New York. And then I thought of doing it with Indian actors, doing a new cast, but ultimately then I went back to my original cast. So it was kind of like an international thing. So it was happening between London and New York and Bombay, and tech was happening in Nashik. So it was like that sort of an experience. But we did make the play.
Right. Okay. So ये बताइए about now. Supposing I want to be your student, so मैं कैसे? What is the procedure to enroll for people who are listening to us, who would be listening to us, and who feel that उनको ट्रेनिंग लेनी है इस क्राफ्ट में, वो आपको कैसे रीच आउट करें? वन इज योर पेज यू मेंशन अबाउट ऑन इंस्टाग्राम, और कोई तरीका बताइए, एनीथिंग एल्स?
Well, the page actually. So if they can just write a DM on the Instagram page, that's the easiest way because I have somebody, you know, who's constantly monitoring and whatever, and I also keep hopping in there all the time. So we are having courses all the time. I really encourage. It's a lot of fun. You can see a lot of like student testimonials and all. It's really not difficult to be in touch with me at all. Just the Method Acting Academy. Follow it, send the DM and ask, and you will be responded to for sure. And please come to class anytime.
Super. You know, you were nominated for this play that you had done online, and you know, you've also won some real huge heavyweight international award, which somehow you were not. I don't know how you comfortable you were speaking about, but I will make you speak about it if you can, please. You can tell us about those awards, and and don't worry, we will not take it as you're showing off because I am asking you and I'm requesting you. So please tell us about.
So it's so uncomfortable for me, but okay, because it's you. I got the FFPG New York Critics' Choice Award for the Best Actress for this movie that I had done called Proof. That's a love story between an immigrant and an American who gets deported. So that I got an award for. And I also got the San Francisco Global Film Award for the Best Actress. These are the 2 awards that I've got internationally. And I got the Best Director of E-Plays nomination in the Global E-Theatre Awards for Closer.
Wow. So let me take you back to your St. Stephen's days, you know, about on North Campus, and in fact, you were surrounded by other colleges like Kirodi Mal was close by, which also has a very, very rich theatre society. The Players, the Hindu College was close by. They also have a very, very rich cultural society. So, आपका Shakespeare Society था. So, in that, did you perform any of Shakespeare's plays in that?
No, actually, I was this big Hindi theatre proponent when I was in college. तो मैं हमेशा से मुझे जो सब कर रहे होते हैं उसको थोड़ा सा अलग से कुछ करना होता है. So I performed a lot of Shakespeare in New York, but in Stevens, I chose to be in the Hindi Shakespeare. तो हमारे पास बिल्कुल बजट नहीं होता था. The English Shakespeare used to have a budget of lakhs, and our budget used to be just minus 3 zeros. So I did a lot of very good Hindi theatre. I did Kathai Kanski. by Daya Shankar Bhat. A lot of good Hindi plays, but never
Daya
did
Shankar ki
Shakespeare.
diaries.
No, not Daya Shankar ki diary. Daya Shankar Bharti karke, there's a playwright. He's written a very interesting play called Katha Ek Kansi.
Okay. All right. I'm so sorry. Right. Because पृथ्वी थिएटर पे हमेशा वो आशीष विद्यार्थी का वो पोस्टर हमेशा पक्का वो prominent, you can't miss that. दया शंकर की डायरी. So that is something which is always there. As William Shakespeare, one of my favorite playwrights, in fact, मेरे को बहुत, I can't just control myself. When he
Oh, I
wrote the
love
Seven Stages of
Shakespeare.
a Man.
I love
Yeah.
Shakespeare.
बल्कि शेक्सपियर के आपने हिंदी में बोला तो when I was doing Heather with Vishal Bhardwaj, he's a master at adapting Shakespeare in Hindi, and Onkara, Othello, Macbeth, Makbul, and Heather, Hamlet. So Seven Stages of a Man. All the world, the stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man's life plays many parts. At first, the infant mewling and puking in another's arms, and then the whining schoolboy with his satchel, with his shining morning face, unwilling to school. I mean, what a poem that is! I mean, that is something which in
He
fact,
did that.
did you see the Merchant of Venice? क्या आपने?
Yes.
And the
I've done a
famous
lot
speech,
of
of course.
Shakespeare. Yeah.
Would you be sporting enough if I request you to do the Mark Anthony speech?
I can't do the Mark Anthony speech, but I'll do another speech for you. I can pull it up if you give me a. It's. I played Juliet many, many years ago in. Let me just look it up because अभी तो मुझे. Is
Till
this
you are
the
looking it up.
famous one? Yeah. The balcony scene, which I think everybody will remember. I can read that. You want me to read that?
Yeah, please go ahead. Be a treat.
Okay, awesome. Okay. So this is that famous one, no? So I feel like मेरा शेक्सपियर का एक मैं पढ़ाती हूँ थोड़ा सा तो वो I think शेक्सपियर का जो सबसे खूबसूरत चीज है is in acting we talk about something called inner monologue. So I think the beauty of I mean you obviously know, but for the viewers who don't understand Shakespeare, why do we make such a big deal about Shakespeare? It's he just understands the inner workings of the heart, whether it's a 14-year-old girl or a 65-year-old man or a suicidal boy or a jealous husband. He somehow knows what's happening in the hearts of everyone, and he writes perfectly. So I feel Shakespeare acts itself. You just have to be present anyway. So, so this is Juliet after she's met Romeo in a party and they have kissed, and she has understood that he is the enemy camp's son. She's on a balcony and she's saying, "Oh Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. 'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though, not a Montague. What's the Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name, which is no part of thee, take all of myself."
Wow.
I hope people are able to understand this.
Brilliant, yeah. Really
Thank
brilliant.
you.
Really
Thank you
brilliant.
so much.
Mark Anthony's speech was the first speech I'm in school with. We all normally tend to read it, and
when he
and the
died.
famous, yeah, at Caesar's death when Mark Anthony gives a speech. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is not ended with the bones, so let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus had told you Caesar was ambitious. If it was so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously had Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man, so are they all honorable men. Come out to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, he is an honorable man. You all did see that. It's an amazing. That's about something which was the first thing
We
when
should
we.
have a Shakespeare Jugalbandi, huh?
We should do that. Yeah, we should do that. We should do
We should
that.
definitely
We
do
should do
that.
that. Yeah, and in fact,
And we
from
should do it as
Merchant
a
of Venice,
translation also. Let's do it with a
absolutely,
translation so that we can
absolutely,
contextualize. मजा आएगा.
बिल्कुल बहुत मजा आएगा बिल्कुल. बल्कि from Merchant of Venice, no, and when Shylock, when Antonio asked for a pound of flesh from Shylock, and when so he's complaining about Antonio and about Portia, and he says, he has hindered me and disgraced me. 500,000 laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, spawned my nation, thought at my bargain, and then what's the reason? I am a Jew. I thought a Jew, eyes, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions, fed with the same food, hurt by the same weapon. If you take us, you do not laugh. If you prick us, you do not bleed. If you harm us, you do not revenge. And it is like, that is something which is, okay, आपके साथ ना जो आपकी energy है, the kind of plays and the books you've read, मैंने भी वही किताबें books पढ़ी हुई हैं. Tell me, आपका poetry के साथ संबंध क्या है? ये बताइए आप.
मेरा बहुत गहरा संबंध है पोएट्री के साथ. I think in poetry, poems, yeah.
Wow. And who are your favorite poets, if I may ask?
Shakespeare, definitely. Because he writes things which are just so.
It can be in
so
any language. It can be in
beautiful.
Hindi, it can be in Urdu, it can be any language.
Then I like Neruda a lot. Pablo Neruda. There's some things that
Neruda. You start dying
has
slowly
it.
if you do not read, if you do not talk, if you do not let others help you. You start dying slowly when you become a slave of your habits, walking every day on the same path. If you don't wear different colors, if you don't let others get to know you are amazing. Pablo Neruda from Chile, he's a Nobel laureate, in fact. I
मेरी
love
सबसे
his.
favorite line है वो when he says, and one by one the nights in our
Yeah,
separate cities are joined to the night that unites us. It's so beautiful. I like
correct,
Pablo
correct.
Neruda. I really like मुझे poetry ही बहुत पसंद है, you know, so I listen to a lot of ghazals, I listen to a lot of uh, Ghalib I love a lot.
Arey,
My
Ghalib.
Dadaji used to, your uncle has
Ghalib.
played Ghalib.
Yeah, he had played Ghalib in Guldar serial, and you know, गालिब साहब ने, बल्कि बहुत लोग उनकी शायरी की बात करते हैं, मगर मैं उनके खास तौर से उनके खुतूत, उन्हें बहुत खत लिखे थे, लेटर्स, एंड विच आई नो ज़बानी, वो जो हालांकि इट वाज अ कन्वर्सेशन विद यू,
कुछ सुनाइए.
सुनाओ, ठीक है, सुनेंगे आप, सुनिए. एक गालिब साहब खत लिखते हैं नवाब अलाई को, जो उनकी वाइफ के नेफ्यू हैं उनको, और वो लिखते हैं, पहले वो उनसे भिड़ जाते हैं चाय की दुकान पे. वो कहते हैं, क्यों मियाँ तुम खत नहीं लिखते आजकल, मेरे को क्या बात है? सो ही वुड राइट लेटर्स द वे वी सेंड व्हाट्सएप मैसेजेस, ट्विटर, फेसबुक, इंस्टाग्राम, उस टाइप से यू वुड राइट लेटर्स. एंड ही सेड, नहीं, मैंने आपको इसलिए नहीं लिखा क्योंकि मेरे को आपका मस्कन नहीं मालूम. सो मस्कन इज हिज हाउस, हिज एड्रेस, हिज मकान. So he gets very upset. He writes a stinker to him. He writes, 50 बरस से दिल्ली में रहता हूँ, हजारों खत अतराफ व जवानिब से आते हैं. बहुत लोग ऐसे हैं जो मोहल्ला नहीं लिखते, सिर्फ शहर का नाम और मेरा नाम. ये सब मरातिब तुम जानते हो और उन खुतूत को भी तुम देख चुके हो, और फिर मुझसे पूछते हो अपना मस्कन बता. अगर मैं तुम्हारे नजदीक अमीर नहीं, ना सही अहले हरफा में से भी नहीं हूँ, कि जब तक मोहल्ला और थाना ना लिखा जावे, हर कारा मेरा पता ना बतावे. आप सिर्फ दहली लिखकर मेरा नाम लिख दिया कीजिए, खत पहुंचने का मैं ज़ाबित. So this one letter, and then he writes another letter to Nawab Alai again. Or let me tell you the letter he wrote to Mirza Tafta, his close aide. Mirza, my favorite letter, in fact. Mirza Tafta's beloved passes away. उनकी अहलिया का इंतकाल हो जाता है, तो वो ताज़ियत में, in condolence, he writes a letter. He had a very wicked sense of humor, गालिब साहब. वो क्या लिखते हैं खत में, सुनिए. ये उर्दू में मेरे को 8 बार पढ़ना पड़ा समझने के लिए क्या है. उसके बाद मैं इसका तर्जुमा भी सुनाऊंगा उसके बाद. गम ना खाओ, चुना जान ना सही, मुन्ना जान सही. I am so sorry I was getting a call. Yeah. So,
No problem.
गम ना खाओ, जो ना जान ना सही मुझ ना जान सही। जब मैं बहिश्त का तस्वुर करता हूँ और सोचता हूँ कि अगर मगफिरत हो गई, एक कसर मिला और एक खून मिला, अखामत जा बेदानी है और उसी ने एक वक्त के साथ लगानी। इस तस्वुर से जी घबराता है और कलेजा मुंह को आता है। हाय हाय वो हूर अजीरन हो जाएगी, तबीयत क्यों ना घबरा गया, होश में आओ, कहीं और दिल लगाओ। सो don't be
What does it
sad,
mean?
there's plenty of fish in the sea. And when he talks about the day of paradise, the judgment day, the world come to an end. जब मैं बहिश्त का तस्वुर करता हूँ और सोचता हूँ कि एक कसर मिला, कसर मीन्स अ कैसल इन उर्दू, और एक हूर मिली, अ डैम्सल। अखामत जा बेदानी है और उसी नेक बख्त के साथ जिंदगानी है। नेक बख्त, she's a very wonderful, she's a wonderful person, an angel, she's a damsel, and life is good. But even though life is good, but I have to live in that beautiful castle with that beautiful damsel all my life. There's permanency thereafter. There's no afterlife hereafter. So, hi, hi, wo hoor ajiran ho javegi. Ajiran in Urdu means intolerable. तबीयत क्यों ना घबराएगी? Even though she's a damsel, she'll become intolerable for me. So it's like you are lucky. She's gone, so think of something else. He writes, so what a deep thought. Then he writes, मियाँ मैं बड़ी मुसीबत में हूँ, महल सरा की दीवारें गिर गई हैं, तुम्हारी फुप्पी कहती है हाय दबी हाय मरी, पखाना ढह गया है। महल सरा का हाल दीवान खान से बदतर है, मैं मरने से नहीं डरता, फौजदाने राहत से घबरा गया हूँ। छत चलनी है, अब 2 घंटा बरसे तो छत 4 घंटे बरसती है। अगर तुमसे हो सके तो भाई से मुझको वो हवेली जहां मीर हसन रहते थे और कोठी में से वो बला खाना में दिलाने जहरी जो इलाही बख्श मरहूम का मस्कन था, वे रहने को दिखा दो। गालिब यक्ष अब्बास 23 जुलाई 1862। And then he writes, I can just, I'm feeling embarrassed, but I just can't help it. I'm going to bit carried away with your permission. Huh?
Go
So,
ahead.
then, then he writes, um, अब मैं और 62 रुपये 8 आने कलेक्ट्री के, 100 रुपये रामपुर के, इनकम टैक्स जुदा, चूत जुदा, बीवी जुदा, बच्चे जुदा, चौकीदार जुदा, शागिद पेशा जुदा, तंग आ गया, गुजारा मुश्किल हो गया। सुबह की तबरीद मतरूक, चाश्त का गोश्त आधा, सुबह की रात और गुराब मौकूफ, 20-22 रुपया महीना बचा। यारों ने पूछा तभी तो शराब कब तक ना पियोगे? जवाब दिया जब तक वो ना पिलाएंगे। अरे जब तक तुम ना पियोगे तो कैसे जियोगे? जैसे वो जिलाएंगे। महीना पूरा नहीं गुजरा था कि रामपुर से अलावा सवई मुकर्ररी और रुपया आ गया। खैर हो, सुबह की तबरीद, रात की शराब जारी हो गई, गोश्त पूरा आ गया। Anyway, so this is like amazing. And आपने फैज अहमद फैज का के बारे में क्या ख्याल है आपका?
फैज अहमद फैज साहब की जो नज़म है, ये शब गजीदा
बोल,
शहर,
अरे वाह 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 वाह।
उस पे मेरी पहली फिल्म बनी है। So,
That's about your first film.
Unfreedom was originally called Blemished Light. ये दाग दाग उजाला, ये शब गजीदा शहर, ये वो शहर तो नहीं जिसकी तलाश में निकले थे यार घर से।
वाह 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 वाह।
So the thought behind Unfreedom was Faiz Saab's poetry actually. So उनके साथ तो, and then I played. So Faiz Saab has always been a part of my creative work. So my first film was before Unfreedom, it was called Blemished Light. फिर मैंने एक play था 10 years with Gurudat, which was based on Satya Saran's book, which she wrote about Abrar Alvi Saab. तो उस play में I played Wahida Rahman. So when
Resemblance मिल
Wahida
रही है
ji,
अब, now ऐसी resemblance मिल रही है अभी मेरे को। Yeah.
thank you. Well, she's so beautiful. It's such a compliment. So when the thing is कि जब गुरुदत्त साहब ने उनको cast किया था, so she used to have this head, like, you know, Telugu type of accent. So in her audition, she recited Bol.
बोल के लब आजाद है तेरे, बोल जबां अब तक तेरी है, तेरा सुतवां जिस्म तेरा, बोल के जहां अब तक तेरी है। देख के अंगार की दुकान में टुंड है शोले सुर्ख है आन, खुलने लगे कुफरों के दहाने, फैला हर एक जंजीर का दाम। बोल ये थोड़ा वक्त बहुत है जिस्म जहां की मौत से पहले, बोल के चल जिंदा है अब तक, बोल जो कुछ कहना है कह दे।
So this is what Wahida ji had actually recited. to Guru Dutt Sahab in her audition. So I had to do this
Wow.
again. Yeah.
Wow. मेरी सबसे फेवरेट फैज अहमद फैज साहब की है। एक तो आज बाजार में हम देखेंगे, वो तो खैर है ही है। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, मुझसे पहली सी मोहब्बत मेरे महबूब नामा। यू हर्ड दैट?
Yeah. I have, but it's I know I don't even know the name of the poet, but now that you've mentioned this, ये गुलाम अली साहब की एक गजल है. I don't know who has written it. I should know, but it has this. I want to say it. It has this शेर in the नज़म है एहतराम भी लाजिम कि जिक्र है उनका जिगर का चाक भी होना रफू जरूरी है.
Wow, wow. This is the way you recited. It's really good. You are truly
Thank
gifted,
you.
talented, very able, skilled, and क्या बोले भाई?
You're just very kind and generous, I feel.
भाई, I have got a bit carried away with क्योंकि फैज का नाम लिया, तो मैं इसके बाद I will try to curtail and control. इसके बाद मैं और नहीं बोलूंगा। मुझसे
हाँ,
पहली
otherwise
सी
I'm
मोहब्बत
watching
मेरे
like इन
महबूब
दोनों की
ने।
अपनी पार्टी चल रही है.
हाँ, इसमें यार टोटली टोटली मैंने समझा था कि तू है तो दरख्शां है हया, तेरा खम है तो खमे दहर का झगड़ा क्या है। तेरी सूरत से है आलम में बहारों को सबात, तेरी आंखों के सिवा दुनिया में रखा क्या है। तू जो मिल जाए तो तकदीर निगूं हो जाए, यूं न था मैंने फकत चाहा था यूं हो जाए। और भी दुख है जमाने में मोहब्बत के सिवा, राहतें और भी हैं वस्ल की राहत के सिवा। अनगिनत सदियों की तारीख बहिमाना तलिस्म रेशमो अतलसों काम ख्वाब में बुनाए हुए, जा बजा बिकते हुए कूचो बाजार में जिस्म जिस्म निकलते हुए अमराज के तरुणों से, पी बहती हुई कलते हुए नसुरों से लौट जाती है उधर को भी नजर क्या कीजिए। और भी तो है जमाने में मोहब्बत के सिवा, राहतें और भी हैं वस्ल की राहत के सिवा। मुझसे पहली सी मोहब्बत मेरे महबूब नाम।
क्या
ये तो
बात
मैंने
है.
आई जस्ट वेंट थ्रू इट, अदरवाइज ये इट्स लाइक सो इमोशनल यार। हाँ, तो लेट्स कम बैक टू योर अकेडमी। So how much
So
stress do you
how
pay?
to go away from poetry?
Yeah, I love that. मैंने actually I was getting carried away. इसके लिए मैंने कहा वही लगती चीज है, but I can go on talking about poetry, चाहे उर्दू में हो, चाहे हिंदी में हो, चाहे
No,
एक
let's
हिंदी
talk
में भी
about
है, जो
academy.
कि एक हिंदी में भी है, which your students must hear as well, वो है जो हरिवंश बच्चन राय साहब के नाम से मशहूर हो गई थी सोशल मीडिया पे, क्योंकि अमिताभ बच्चन साहब ने ये कविता कौन बनेगा करोड़पति के शो पे कही थी। लेकिन
Oh, I know the
बाद
one.
में
Yeah.
बच्चन साहब ने क्लैरिफाई किया ये दरअसल पोएम है सोहन लाल द्विवेदी की। और उन्होंने लिखा है, लहरों से डरकर नौका पार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती। एक नन्ही चींटी जब दाना लेकर चलती है, चढ़ती दीवारों से 100 पार फिसलती है। मन का विश्वास रगों में साहस भरता है, चढ़कर गिरना गिरकर चढ़ना ना करता है। मेहनत उसकी आखिर बेकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती। चुपकियां सिंधु में गोताखोर लगाता है, जा जाकर खाली हाथ लौट आता है। मिलते नहीं सहजे मोती गहरे पानी में, बढ़ता दुगना उत्साह इसी हैरानी में। मुट्ठी उसकी खाली हर बार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती। असफलता एक चुनौती है, उसे स्वीकार करो। क्या कमी रह गई देखो और सुधार करो। जब तक ना हो सफल नींद चैन को त्यागो तुम, संघर्ष का मैदान छोड़ मत भागो तुम। कुछ करो कुछ करे बिना ही जय जयकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती। एंड I just get carried away यार। पोएट्री का नाम लिया तो I loved it when you said how can you move away from poetry, like I loved it। अरे मेरी एक फेवरेट पोएम है बाय रुडयार्ड किपलिंग। अब आप बताइए कौन सी है वो।
मैं बताऊंगी तो फिर तुम सुनाओगे.
हाँ, मैं सुनाऊंगा, पक्का सुनाऊंगा। अरे I can
If
go on writing poetry if you can keep your
right,
head when all about you are losing. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing,
am I
then
right?
you are 100% right. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing, there then blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for the doubting too. If you can dream and not make dreams your master. If you can think but not make thoughts your aim. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, or bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knees to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with one or two that you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose, and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and snooze to serve your turn long after they're gone. And so hold on when there's nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distant run, yours the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you will be a man, my son. That's been a Bible of my life, यार. अरे यार क्या ही हो गया भाई, क्या बताऊं पोएट्री के नाम से. अब दोबारा मैं बोलता हूँ, आखिरी है ये पक्का. You heard Abraham Lincoln's letter to his son's teacher.
Yes.
My son starts school today. It's all going to be strange and new to him for a while, and I wish you would treat him gently. It's for you, by the way, since you are a teacher as well. You run this academy. So I'm telling you, for students who would be enrolling now, my son starts school today. It's all going to be strange and new to him for a while, and I wish you would treat him gently. It's an adventure that might take him across continents, all adventures that probably include wars, tragedy, and sorrow. So, dear teacher, will you please take him by his hand and teach him things he will have to know? Teaching him, but gently if you can. Teach him that for every enemy there is a friend. He will have to know that all men are not just, all men are not true. But teach him also that for every scoundrel there is a hero. For every crooked politician there is a dedicated leader. Teach him how to gracefully lose and enjoy winning when he does win. Teach him that 10 cents earned is of far more value than dollar found. In school, teacher, it is far more honorable to fail than to cheat. Try to give my son the strength not to follow the crowd when everyone else is doing it. Teach him to listen to everyone, but also to listen, also to filter all that he hears on a crowd of, and also to filter all that he hears on a, wow, it is, and it's an amazing letter, yeah, which he wrote, and मैं थोड़ा conscious हो गया, because I thought मैं कुछ ज़्यादा बोल गया हूँ, and this was all about you, and भाई, I'm so sorry. अब मैं नहीं बोलूँगा कुछ और, ठीक है? अब आप मेरे को ये बताइए, so when you decided to come to Bombay and you wanted to be an actor, your scientist father, your bureaucrat mother, how did they react? Were they supportive about it, or how was it? Like,
it was very shocking to them. Uh, because nobody in my family, everybody's a doctor. Either they are PhD doctors or they are doctors. So I'm the only one without the doctor. You also have a doctor. But your name.
मैं वही देख रहा था, मैं वही देख रहा था.
So I'm the only one who doesn't have a doctor. No, it was quite shocking for them. I don't think they understood it. I think, yeah, it was a little hard for them. Now they have sort of accepted it, but in the beginning, no. It was quite tough for them.
You
My father still thinks it's a hobby, and one day I'll do something serious.
know, you know what, Nasir Saab, when he was awarded an honorary doctorate from Jamia Millia Islamia about a decade plus back, so that time he said his parents always wanted him to become a doctor, and now when he's got a doctorate from the Central University,
Finally,
and
he
he's
is a
like,
doctor.
yeah. So similarly, मैं कह रहा हूँ आपको भी ऑनरी डॉक्टरेट जल्दी मिलने वाली है भाई.
I
एक
hope so,
आखिरी
यार.
सवाल.
हाँ
अरे
जी.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, मैं तो बिल्कुल दिल नहीं कर रहा टू एंड दिस लाइफ, बट यू नो बहुत मजा आ रहा है आपके साथ गुफ्तगू में. आई लव योर एनर्जी, आई लव योर
Thank you.
वाइब्रेशन.
Thank you
एंड
so much.
टेल मी वन थिंग, आपको एक मौका मिलता है TEDx पे अभी कल को, आपको एक कॉल आती है, बोलते हैं कि प्रीति जी वी वांट यू टू स्पीक ऑन अ TEDx प्लेटफॉर्म. What would you like to speak on?
I think first you will be the fairy godmother who will be doing this. I am fully suspicious of this. If I get a call from TEDx, you will be involved there somehow. I don't know. What should I speak about? What do you think?
Should talk about your journey, about your struggles, your hardships, and your vulnerability. Why not? I mean, you know, people often talk about their
Yeah.
achievement and how they are Fun Khan, and but वो कहीं ना कहीं connect नहीं कर पाते. Why people connect with you is Preeti, because you are, your simplicity is your beauty. People find you to be one like them. तो लोग connect कर पाते हैं आपसे. और that is that's what would be my suggestion to you as a friend. कि आपकी मर्जी.
Yeah, actually, that's I think it could be about the power of being ordinary. I think we live in a world where everybody is all the time trying to prove how extraordinary they are. And I think really accepting your own ordinariness is truly extraordinary. I think it's very um it's a good thing.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very that is
Yeah.
very very true. दीदी आपके साथ गुफ्तगू में कहाँ पे 1 घंटा निकल गया मुझे मालूम नहीं था एंड
है ना,
मालूम
मुझे भी
नहीं
नहीं
पड़ा
पता
बिल्कुल
चला।
भी
हाँ।
एंड अरे हाउ स्वीट या एंड आई कैन जस्ट गो ऑन एंड ऑन एंड ऑन एंड ऑन स्पीकिंग टू यू एंड आई कैन तो बहुत मजा आ रहा है एंड I wouldn't want to eat up more into your time. Firstly, you've been so graceful and so gracious, and क्या बताऊं आपको. And but before we part ways, any message you would like to throw out in the universe in general?
Uh, okay. Yeah. I want to throw out the message. I really would like to say that, the universe has your back. And if you have a dream, it comes from somewhere. And the place where your dream comes from has the power to make it come true. So I would really like, no matter what's happening in somebody's life, I know, things are hard and we go through all kind of things. I just want people to know that even if you're having like a bad day or a rough day, it doesn't mean that your dream will not come true, because it will.
That is very true. That's very Preeti, thank you so much for your time. Truly
Thank
enjoyed every
you.
moment of being in this conversation with you
Me
and
too.
बहुत मजा
Thank
आया.
you so
बहुत मजा
much. Thank you
आया.
so much for
Take
doing
care.
this. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you for agreeing to doing. Take care.
Bye.